Hey guys, it's Melissa here from Reiki with Melissa. Today I wanted to do a podcast about taking your time. The message that I received today is that too many of us are trying to rush through life, speed through things. We're trying to busy ourselves, and we get so busy and things move so quickly that we're not even realizing the things that are happening around us. We're not taking time to notice the miracles in our everyday life. We're not taking time to be grateful for all the things we have or notice the things we have. We're not doing any of that because we're way too busy. And I know that this is definitely true many times in my life. I work full-time teaching, and then I come home and I do my side business of Reiki, and I have my kids, and we constantly have things going on. And sometimes it feels like it's hard to take time out and just to take a breath. But it's so necessary for you to slow down. We don't always have to be going at 150 miles an hour. It's time for us to slow down sometimes. I even think about my mom, and she's retired, and she works more than any retired person I've ever seen. She substitute teaches during the day, and then she works part-time at a funeral home, when she has time off. And she's constantly, she has to go and take care of my grandma, and she's always doing things for other people, and she makes me tired watching her. And I know that she is definitely part of the reason that I have the work ethic that I have, and that I'm always constantly busy too. I have people telling me well, how do you do everything? And I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that sometimes, I do know that sometimes I am guilty of doing too much and not taking a break and taking a moment and just taking time for myself. And I know many of us are guilty of that. So the real message that I wanted to give today, and that I feel like I was being led to give, is that you guys need to slow down. And I know this goes for me too. I need to slow down sometimes too. It's been really hectic and crazy for me this week. It's been a crazy week. We are doing fundraisers at school right now. I'm taking students to Europe this summer, and I know that it's a great expense for them. So I was trying to do some fundraising in that to help them out. And so we've had 3 going on this week. They all ended this week. We were selling carnations at school for Valentine's Day, which meant we had to stay after and sort the carnations. And we were selling T-shirts, and we were selling pizzas. And, so of course, but I'm the one that has to collect all of the money and do all of that and sort it all and order it. And I'm not complaining. I'm really not. I'm just saying, it just happened to all fall. And this was my own fault because I'm actually the one who picked the date. I don't know why I picked the date that I did. I picked Valentine's Day. It's oh, well, that's great, Happy Valentine's Day to me. You get all this work. I'm not loving myself so much today, but I picked this date, and this week is also, February 12th, is my twins' birthday, and it was also my mom's birthday. They were born on her birthday. So I had that going on, and then my kids caught this lovely, nasty stomach bug that was going around, so they were sick, and I'm taking On Guard, the doTERRA essential oil. I'm taking the beadlets like candy to not get it, and luckily, knock on something, I have not yet. I'm Reikiing myself so I don't get sick. So this is not a week where being sick would be something that would be on my best interest. I have too much to do, and we have a professional development day tomorrow, and I get to be the one who put it together and leads the professional development for our whole department. And so it's been a week. And I think the universe was trying to tell me, as well as other people, hey, slow down. You're doing too much. And I totally get that. I get that every once in a while I'll get this nudge why do you think you have to constantly be doing something? And I don't know. I don't know why I put more and more on my plate. I know sometimes in the past it was because I didn't have healthy enough boundaries to say no to people. And I don't think that that's what it is this week. I think just this week happened to be a busy week. But having healthy boundaries enough to say no to other people so that you can say yes to you and say yes to being able to have time for yourself, to spend with your family. You know, when we rush through life and we're so busy, we're not really spending quality time with our friends and family anyway. It's like everything is rushed. I think about my lunch too. This makes me think of this. When we go out to eat with people, I am the slowest eater. Like anyone who knows me and has shared a meal with me will tell you that I eat so slowly. And they laugh about it, right? They're like, oh, we're getting ready to leave. We're walking out the door and, you're still finishing your food. Like, yes, I know. So I'm a super slow eater. But I know why I do that. It's because whenever we're at lunch at school, we get like not even 30 minutes to eat our lunch, right? So I am scarfing down my food at work so that I can hurry up and then get to the next thing I have to do because my prep's right after that, so I'm usually like busy and trying to get work done. So when I'm home and I don't have to rush, I don't rush. I want to take my time. I want to slow down. And even if it takes me 2 hours to eat a meal, oh well, it takes me 2 hours to eat a meal. If I don't have anything to do, I enjoy just being able to sit and visit with the people I'm with and actually taste the food I'm eating and enjoy it. And I'm thankful for the food that I have and the company I have, because normally during the day, it's not that way. Like I don't have that time. I remember when I had a job as a finance manager, I used to get an hour for lunch. And I used to enjoy that time, just to be able to take a break, a brain break, and visit with people. That's one thing I truly miss. I like teaching a lot, but there are just some things you don't get a lot of time to just slow down and to stop. And if there are any fellow teachers out there, you know what I'm talking about. Because even though like in the high school world, we get a prep every day, we're supposed to. We don't really get one every day because when we have block, there's a day we don't get a prep, but we're supposed to. But yet every day you'll hear them call over the intercom, we need someone with a 6-hour prep, and then you have to go sub for another teacher. So it's like your prep time gets eaten up too. And I know that we're just trying to cover for people and we're here and there, but it just makes me think, and it sort of makes me feel, I don't want to say resentful, because I try not to hold on to feelings like that are negative. I try to keep a positive vibration. But it makes me feel like as a society, we do not value people's time for relaxation. And that's the one thing that I noticed when I went to Europe and that I truly thought was amazing, was that they actually take time out to have lunch during the day. Like businesses actually close so people can have lunch. They put a priority on vacationing and taking time off, and they get more vacation days than we do. When you think about our nation compared to others, it's incredible how little time we actually get during a day or just, to take vacation. We don't get that much, and we don't get to enjoy the time. And it's a shame because that's important. And it's like in our society where you have to be so busy, we don't value time doing nothing, just relaxing and spending time with your family and having fun. And those things are important because if you work yourself too much, you're going to get sick. And we don't want that. I mean, that's why we are one of the sicker nations, I think, and probably one of the most overweight. It all has to do with the fact that we do not slow down and we do not take time to take care of ourselves. And that's what's missing. Like, we really, really need to take care of ourselves. So it's super important that you are taking the time to just slow down. And I thought what I would do was pull a couple of cards for you guys before I ended this. And in the old "you can't make this stuff up" category, I pulled your cards from the deck Crazy Sexy Love Notes by Chris Carr. And the first one I pulled was Slow Down. And it says, when it feels like our world is spinning out of control, it's easy to get overwhelmed. This is a good time to begin a daily meditation practice. Your mind is the most open and receptive in the morning, which is why it's helpful to start your day with centering exercises. Cultivate stillness within and know that there is no rush. At the end of our days, we won't care about our to-do lists. We will wish we had loved more, lived more, and had been at peace. Don't wait. Slow down now. And this is unbelievably true. I mean, when you think about at the end of your life, when you reflect back and what you're going to think about, it's not going to be about the mundane chores you had to get done and all the things in the list that you had to get through. That's not going to have mattered at all. You're not going to look back on your life and think about how busy it was from your 9 to 5. You're going to look back at all the cherished memories, but if you're too busy and you don't slow down, you're not going to remember them. You're not going to have any, because you're not going to have anyone around you in order to be able to have those memories. Because though we may have people in our lives, if we don't slow down and appreciate them, it's like not having anyone in our lives, right? You might as well not. 2 cards came out, so I took the second one, and it is confidence. It says it takes courage to put your butt on the line and go for it. And the best way to strengthen your confidence is to put yourself out there. Who cares what other people think? Everybody starts somewhere, and don't worry about making mistakes. You can always course correct, but you'll never know or grow unless you try. And the more you do, the more confident and successful you'll become. When you shine, we are all inspired to do the same. So I feel like somebody needed to hear that particular message about having the confidence to get out there and to start something. I feel like that message keeps coming up, and it's creeping in every single podcast that I do, even if it's not on that particular topic. It feels like that message keeps creeping in. So I feel like someone really, really needs to hear that message, and that's why it keeps popping up again and again. So think about what it is that you are waiting to do, and remember that it's never going to get done if you don't have the courage to start. Well, I hope that you guys are learning how to slow down and make the most of your life. Not letting everything overwhelm you, learning to ask for help, learning to slow down, meditate when you need to, and take life one day at a time. Be in the present moment, because that is where you will find the most peace and happiness. I hope you guys will have a wonderful day. Remember that if you like this podcast, please share it with others. I'm so thankful for all my many wonderful listeners. If you share this podcast, you're helping others who may need to see the light. And if you would leave reviews, stars on iTunes, that always helps people to find my podcast. And I would also ask that you try to stop by my Facebook page. I'm still doing my Facebook Lives twice a week. If you go by my Reiki with Melissa Facebook page and you like my page, you'll be notified every time I go live. And I usually send notification the day of about the time I'm going to go live. So check that out. Check out my website if you're interested in Reiki or reading, or if you want one-on-one coaching with me. I offer all kinds of services. My program, A Purposeful Pilgrimage, is still going on. Now's the perfect time to invest in yourself, to break free of the old negative mindsets and behavior patterns, and to learn how to change your whole life. Thank you guys so much for listening. I am sending you lots of love, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.